This looks so good. I am so not used to having these floor tiles down all the way from here over to there. That's where all that dry rot was, and I'm almost at a loss of what to do now, because I'm so used to, I was on this for a couple months, 2.5 months off and on. We had friends over every once in a while, but I got it all done. Doesn't that look good? And if you want to see that, if you didn't see any of that, you can go to my playlists and scroll down to where it's the title, Dry Rot Deck Repairs. And I took all of this off. Everything was dry rotted underneath here. This column was dry rotted down underneath, and this pit was about 7 feet deep. Same thing with this on the inside of that. A couple of the stairs I had to replace. And then I did all kinds of work on the stairs. Did some stucco work, did some flooring work, did some patching on stucco up in here. Man, if you want to watch all that, I've got it all on my channel. But hey, that's not the video today. What am I going to talk about today? Well, yes, let's talk about that, shall we? Let me get this locked, because I'm not sure if I'm going to go back in here outside again today or not. I've got some here on the floor. What the heck is this? Smoke alarms. Worry-free, that's what I like. And this is what I really love, 10-year life battery backup, which means you don't have to go up there once a year or once every 6 months and take your alkaline 9-volt battery and replace it when it's chirping. You know when those things, when your old smoke alarms start chirping, when do they start chirping? That's right, in the middle of the night. You have to get up. Somebody's telling you, hey, get up, turn that thing off. Got to find a ladder, get up in there, and then replace the batteries. Well, you know, you have to do that 10 times in 10 years. This battery, 10-year battery. Battery backup never needs replacing. That's what I love. And here's something else I like. Look at this. Smoke alarm 120 volt hardwired. What does that mean? You look on here, see that right there? That's 2 wires going up with a wire nut. That's a wire nut. Okay, that means that this actual smoke alarm is hardwired to your house with the electrical up in your ceiling, and it also has a battery backup. And it's a 10-year battery backup. It's a lithium battery, and it lasts 10 years. It's not designed to ever be messed with. You can't take it out or anything. Okay? And kaboom. Here I've got a smoke alarm right here. And some smoke alarms are hardwired to your house. The only way to know that is if you look up there, and if you unscrew it and take the cover off, and if it's just screwed to the ceiling, obviously you know it's just battery operated. And they have smoke alarms like that too. But then if you take that off and you see there's an electrical junction box up there with wires in it, and the wires are connected to your smoke alarm, then you know it's hardwired to your house, but it also has a battery backup to it. And this one is on. You see the little green light up there? I know the power is on to it, see, right there. And then every once in a while that other one might blink, might flash red really super quick or something. I know the power is on. Well, here's something very, very interesting. This smoke alarm is 17 years old, because this house was built back in a little bit after 2001. And if you read on smoke alarms, the manufacturers on all smoke alarms, as far as I am aware, on all smoke alarms, the different manufacturers, they say that whole entire smoke alarm needs to be replaced every 10 years, after 10 years. Even if it's still working, I'll bet you money that these have never been replaced. I'll bet you these are 17 years old, And if you had a fire, let's say you had a fire in here and the smoke alarm did not go off, and your insurance company made a determination, because they've got little inspectors to figure out how to save their pennies, and they find out that this smoke alarm is 17 years old, it's over 10 years old, and they find that out, and they find out there's a defect in it, they may not cover your house burning down, or your room burning down, or your kitchen burning down, or whatever it is. And that's why you need to make sure within 10 years to get those replaced. Now these say the life expectancy is 10 years. So when I put these in, I'm going to mark these and date them on the side of it, and I'm going to know after 10 years, even if the lithium battery is still working, I need to get it replaced. And lots of smoke alarms, on the back side of that, when you pull it out, it might have a date on it. Somebody might have written a date on there when they installed it or something like that. Now, it's always a good idea to do that, and I'm going to do that on these smoke alarms. So I'm going to show you how to do this here pretty quick. Okay, these smoke alarms, where did I get these? Not every hardware store has these. I got these, I happen to get these at Home Depot. And maybe if you go to Lowe's, they might not sell the kitty ones. And the kitty, just because it says kitty, they have 5 or 6 different kinds of smoke alarms. But I found that these work really super good. I've installed these in condos in Maui. I've also just installed them at my mother's house. And I did that a few years ago, still running strong. And I've got those videos on my channel as well. But this time, hey, I've already made videos of this. Why am I making some more of them? Well, because maybe I find out there's something existing differently done in there. Maybe I'll say something different on these videos as opposed to the videos when I installed them at my mother's. So if you've already seen me install these, you know, oh, I know how to do that, I don't have to watch this. You know, maybe if you just watch them anyways, just for the heck of it, I might say something that you've never heard before that you're like, oh, that's interesting, I didn't know that. And so that's what I'm going to do, and I've got 4 of them here. Now here we've got some stairs going up, and usually coming down the stairs or something like that, they'll have a smoke alarm. Okay? And then usually in big wide rooms, they don't have a smoke alarm. But check it out anyways, and we walk down here, and generally in the hallway, somewhere outside your bedrooms, there's another smoke alarm. Sure enough, there's another one right there. And see that white one there? We happened to install that. When we did the security system, they said, hey, do you want some whatever, those carbon monoxide? No, wait, those are smoke alarms. That's a smoke alarm right there, and that's hooked up to the security system. Okay, so we ended up doing that, you know, even though we have another smoke alarm here. Maybe if there ever is a fire, or if there's smoke or whatever, both of those will go off, but at least one attached to the security alarm system will go off, and they'll contact us. They'll call us up, and we also put in a carbon monoxide one. See right here, this one's a carbon monoxide one because there's gas. There's a gas furnace here. There's a gas water heater here, and so that's hooked up to the security alarm system too. That's kind of a good idea if you have a security alarm system. See if you can get those installed. And I'm not gonna mess with those. I'm just gonna do the 17-year-old smoke alarm replacements. Okay, and generally in each bedroom, when you walk into a bedroom, you should have a smoke alarm. So here's a bedroom. Here's a bedroom right here. We just had friends over here, and we've got to change the sheets. But anyways, here's another smoke alarm that's got to be replaced. There's 3. And then here's another bedroom in here. And sure enough, looking straight up, there's another one. So there's 4 down here I've got to install. And upstairs, I was upstairs and I looked, and there's 4 up there that I've got to install. So I've got 8 smoke alarms that I need to install. Do you have to have an electrician do this? Absolutely not. Just keep watching this video, And you, as a homeowner, an average Joe, just like me, you'll be able to install them too. Okay? And you don't have to install them figuring, oh, well, they're hooked up to hard wires to the electrical system. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not getting up there because the wires are hot. You know, I've seen people install them hot wires. I've seen electricians do that. I can do it if I do one wire at a time, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you how to do this so that you can do it and feel comfortable in knowing how it's done. So that's what this video is going to be all about, and it might be a video series because I may show all four of these, how to install all four of these, even though once you install one, generally all the other ones are going to go the same. Okay? But I might find out that something's going on. In fact, one of them, it was very odd. One of them, the light wasn't on, and I thought, hey, that seems kind of odd. And I went up. I think it was this house, or maybe it was a different house. I went up, and I was going to replace the battery to it, and I unscrewed it, and son of a gun, there was no battery on it, and the wire nuts were disconnected from the hardwired system. And somebody, it was probably chirping. They had no idea what to do. They took the battery out, and maybe it was still chirping or something. They thought, hey, I've got to get rid of this. So they undid the wires to it, and then they screwed it back up to the ceiling, making it look like there was that the smoke alarm was still working. That's nonsense. You know, so stuff like that. You want to check your smoke alarms every once in a while. If you need to get them replaced, it's a good idea to do it, and especially get the ones with the 10-year lithium battery backup. Look for that. Sometimes they say it's a 10-year smoke alarm, but maybe that just means that it'll work for 10 years as long as you keep replacing the alkaline 9-volt battery in it. This is not a 9-volt battery in here. These are going to be slightly different and more better. How much did this cost? This was like, oh, I don't know, less than $30. It was $26 to $28, something like that. You can get smoke alarms cheaper than that or more expensive than that. You can even get smoke alarms that also have the carbon monoxide thing attached to it. You can get some that talk to you. Some of them will say, oh, this one's for the kitchen, this one's for the bedroom, this one's for the blah blah blah. I don't mess with anything like that. I get them all the same, and generally you don't have one in the kitchen anyways, unless it's kind of on the outside of your kitchen in a hallway by a door or a hallway coming into the house or something like that. Okay, so this one is a very, very good one. Okay, so let's get on with it, shall we? Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back, yes, with more videos.